Weather is everything here in South Dakota and will likely play a role in this week's Sanford International Golf Tournament. So what happens if it rains?
If it's raining Wednesday and Thursday, that's not as big of an issue since players will just be practicing, but they may not be able to practice as much. Rain on Friday through Sunday could be a bigger issue.
Now the golfers still can play in the rain, but if things get bad, the storms come around, things could be delayed a few hours or even until the next day, though the tournament will end on Sunday.
So what are we expecting for weather this week? Here's meteorologist Scott Munt.
Leading up to the Sanford International, we had 2 weeks of warm and mostly dry weather, but that will soon change.
Much cooler air will move in this week, which will result in afternoon highs in the 60s and lower 70s, which isn't far off from the climate average of 71 on Friday, the start of the tournament. Since 1990, the average highs in Sioux Falls during the 3-day tournament of the 21st through 23rd have been in the 60s 50% of the time and 70s 29% of the time. The two extremes of having highs in the 80s or 50s are even at 10.5%. Unfortunately, after nearly 2 weeks of dry weather, rain is back in the forecast. On any given day in September, there's around a 25% chance for measurable rain. Climate research shows us that the chances for heavy rain drastically go down for September 21st through the 23rd. It's around 20% to get more than 1/10 of an inch, 5% more than a 1/2 inch, and just 2% chance for amounts over an inch. So while rain can delay the action, for it to cancel the tournament seems low. Heavy rain usually falls with thunderstorms, but they don't happen as often in the fall. Sioux Falls averages around 8 days with thunderstorms during the fall months. After a look at the climate stats for 3 days, here's a look at how this year will pan out. The highest chance for rain will be at the beginning of the week, with things drying out closer to the start of the tournament. As for temperatures, they'll be close to average. Saturday may end up being the warmest day with highs in the 70s.
And the one thing we'll have to monitor is the ever so popular South Dakota wind. Looks like we could have wind gusts in at least 20 to near 30-mile-per-hour range at the beginning and at the end of the tournament. For KELOLAND Weather, I'm meteorologist Scott Munt.